Hello, everyone. It's been a while since we've made a lure casting fishing lures in our 3D printed molds, but today I got something special for you. See, what I've got there is my quick change mold system where I can change out the different molds inside of that cavity you see there and produce 8 different baits that are swappable with different molds inside of there. And you'll get to see them here in a minute when we crack it open. If you're interested in how I designed these molds and these fishing lures, I designed this particular system on a live stream. I'll put a link to that on the screen now. And as you can see, there's 8 of these little canisters, we'll call them, and each one of these contains a little fishing lure now. Check that out. It's got some flashing on there. We'll pick that off. But those are polycarbonate cylinders. Each contain a little lure. And then you can swap out the different cylinders to inject up to 8 different lures at a time using this system. So you can see me peeling the flash off of these lures. The first one I call a flatworm. It's kind of like a leech type lure. And the second one I call the tube worm, which is kind of a hybrid creature bait that I am going to put the link up where I designed that lure on live stream as well right now. And here you can see both of those lures. And using my 3D printed quick change molding system there, I made 8 different lures, 4 of each type, with all these printed lures. So now I'm going to show you how to put it all together and then inject it. This next one I'm going to do, I designed on live stream the same morning that I'm putting together this video. Again, here's a link to that on screen now. As you can see, putting those canisters together, slotting them into the mold cavities, and you just basically repeat that 8 times in a row. We're going to zoom through that right here, doing that. And then there's a hole at the top that lines up with a little runner inside that mold to produce all these different fishing lures. So whatever I can come up with that'll fit inside that cylinder, I can make using this system. And then you screw it all together as I'm showing here to clamp it all together nice and tight, and then shoot them up, get your little lures here. So I am going to do a second round of injection here real quick using the same burnt up plastic that I've heated and reheated so many times. It's now a nice dark brown color. This is a remelt of old lures and fresh plastic and just a bunch of just crap. I should probably just throw this plastic out, but I mean, it still catches fish. Go ahead and inject it here. I am going to press on this a little bit harder and longer than the first time I shot this, just because some of those flatworms, the tips were getting air pockets in them, so I pressed harder on the second shot. Gave me a little bit better results. I think I need to go back and tweak that mold for this. And then not only that, I think I need to go back and tweak the size of the canister themselves a little bit. I printed them at 99% size. I think I could do 99 and a half to get a little bit tighter clamping on those, because as you can see there, there's a decent amount of flashing on these. I think I'm not quite clamping them as tight as I'd like to. And as you can see there, these polycarbonate molds are working very well These lures just peel right out of them. They don't stick at all. I'm not even using any kind of worm oil or lube to coat those, and they just come right out. Look at that. Um, this next one I'm about to pull out is the one I was most excited for that I designed that morning. Was the skirted jig, skirted grub for a jig rather. Look at that. The idea for this was basically like make a skirted bass jig as a injection molded lure for smallmouth that you could just put on a little 1/8 ounce, 16th ounce jig head and fish the river. You don't see these smaller. I mean, you see them out there, but with this, you could basically fish a skirted style jig without an actual skirt. So here I spent a little bit of time trimming the worst of the flashing off. Here's the results of 2 different pours from this system. I got my flatworms here. I need to go back and change that mold up a little bit, try to get rid of that air pocket. I think I know what's going on. With a little bit of tweaking, I think I can get rid of that. Had a little bit of it going on in the other one, these other ones as well. Not as bad. Again, I think some tweaks to the mold fixture and the molds themselves will help get rid of that. Also, just pressing on the injector longer helped as well. But here's the baits on a little jig head. I think they all look really nice except for this disgusting brown, burnt brown color. I think that's going to get eaten up all day long. I mean, look at that little tube worm there. That looks like a smallmouth treat to me, if you're asking me. And then this one, I am very happy with how that came out. I mean, that's going to be a gnarly bait for the river. That's going to get eaten up all day long. So I'm not going to post these on my website yet. I need a little bit more refinement till I get to that point when I'm ready to put them up for sale. But if you like what you see here and you want to check out some of the other stuff I do, you can check out www.3dprintedmolds.com and check out some of the other stuff I've got. Check out some of my other YouTube videos, like and subscribe, turn on notifications, all that. You've heard all that before. So Luna, calm down. I'm trying to make money on the internet. Thanks for watching. Have a good one.